the only podcast that gives you the banter in the face. This is Podcast Envy. And now here's Bacon, Tim, and Brian.
Podcast Envy. Welcome to Podcast Envy, everybody.
What's up, boys?
Episode number 225.
Hey,
It's been a long time since the three of us have just done a podcast together.
I say it's been 98 years.
It's been 1 week since. No, there you go.
The first day felt like just a day, but the second day felt like a whole week. And then the third day was like 3 days. That sounds about right. Here we are.
Well, welcome to the program, folks. It's good to be back
Yeah.
podcasting. So what do you want to start with? I guess that's the question. Oh, you know what we can start with?
Yeah.
Listener feedback.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Meatloaf.
Meatloaf. How many times I heard that word this
I
week? All right, here's the first one. Dear Podcast Envy, this question is for Brian.
Oh.
Now that you're starting off with this new band, what are you looking forward to most, and what are you most anxious about?
That's amazing that someone listened to the most recent episode and had a question for that particular episode. That's great.
Yeah, his name is Bradley.
Hey, Bradley, what's up, buddy? Honestly, I'm excited for a new little adventure here. The band Tunnel's End, they've been together for a number of years, and they're extremely tight. They remind me a lot of what we could have done, with Rock Soup.
Totally. Yeah.
If everybody was just like
Yeah.
in it all the time.
Yep.
I think I'm just most excited to take on another aspect of performing that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Really can't wait. We got our first corporate event booked on December 11th.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't technically officially join the band until in the new year. And I'm not sure exactly what our first gig is going to be, but we're doing some social media stuff. We're trying to get that up and running to gain some interest to honestly go on tour. There's some stuff that we might have access to in the Key West that we might be down there for
There you go.
7 or 10 days. And
Nice.
yeah. So
Yeah.
What about the anxious part?
I think I'm just anxious about learning some of the songs. It's tough, right? So when you're listening to music growing up as a kid, or even as an adult, the stuff that you gravitate towards are the songs that move you, and different songs move different people differently. And there are a ton of songs over the years that I've kind of ignored, where I'm just like, oh, Here Today, Gone Tomorrow, or it just never was my scene, not my genre. But being a cover band, you kind of have to be inclusive. And so there's a lot of stuff that I don't know that they know very well.
Yeah.
So I think it's more so getting up there without the iPad and being a true performer, just having everything memorized. And also syncing the songs together, making sure that in between songs, we're not just like, looking down at the set list and trying to figure out what we're doing next. We already know.
Yeah.
So a lot of the mechanics, I guess, kind of anxious about just making sure that I do a good job, because they already know what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of the oddball. But leading up to gigs that we have coming up in the new year, I've got a lot of time to really memorize that stuff. So anxious about it. Does it keep me up at night a little bit?
A little bit. Yeah.
Kind of. I'm terrible at memorizing things.
I mean, it's worse to memorize things like when you're on, and to memorize things when you're on stage as compared to anywhere else.
Sure. Yeah.
Because you don't have much time to think.
If
you don't have the first
it's
word,
the baptism
you're like,
by fire.
Yeah,
There you go.
absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's exciting, but yeah, it's there's a lot to take on at once.
Right.
So
Okay.
I guess that's what I'm most anxious about.
All right.
We'll get there.
The next one is from Jamie.
Oh, welcome back.
A name we haven't heard in a while.
They exist.
Yeah. Dear Podcast Envy, just listening to the Crazy Train episode, I know I've fallen behind. I loved your Ozzy tribute. Bacon playing Perry Mason was such a flashback to my college days. The guys in the dorms had this album on repeat back in the day. You should check out the new documentary about him on HBO. It really sheds light on his last few years. It's funny she should mention that.
Because you just watched it?
Because I just watched that.
Nice.
Yeah. And it really was sad how the shape he was in towards the end of his life
Mm.
because he fell. I don't remember this, but apparently he fell in like 2019 to 2020, like around that time.
Very recent.
Okay.
And he was in the hospital for a long time, and they messed up the surgery on his neck. But yeah, it's I mean, it's really interesting. It's a great insight into his last few years, really,
Oh.
and kind of the build up to the final concert and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
really
I
interesting.
remember watching the show, The Osbournes. That was fun to watch.
Jack and
The other one.
Kelly,
Yeah.
Kelly.
Well done.
That's
Jack
good.
and Kelly were on, they
And
gave-
Sharon.
of course, Sharon was.
Right.
Man, like, I don't like to comment on people's looks, but like, as you get older, the plastic surgery you get done in your 60s and 70s starts to show up.
Does it start
Even
to
more?
show?
Mm.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's just kind of like,
We all have opinions.
and it's not like she aged poorly because that's not what it is.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's something else.
Yep.
Right.
You know.
Do you regret getting Botox, Bacon?
Yeah.
I don't.
What about
but
the
I
other
probably
injections?
will. I probably will when
Everything
I'm
still work?
80. Yeah.
Did you
Those
say
injections.
80?
But will you
80%?
will you care? Like,
Probably
do you
not.
think she cares?
Right.
Because
You
once
have
you
to-
hit a certain age, don't you just like, you're like, whatever.
So I have another thought or something to throw out to the group.
Okay.
I mean, obviously there are advancements, right?
Yeah.
In different types of surgeries or
Sure.
injections or whatever. And then you think about the people early on that paid so much money to look, honestly, like monsters.
Yeah.
They look like
Yeah.
someone has just taken over their entire.
Mar-a-Lago
Oh,
face.
yeah.
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 It's like, what are we doing? What happened?
Yeah.
And now it's more.
Richard.
Yeah. What'd you do? But now it's just mostly just getting rid of wrinkles and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, 30 years ago, plastic surgery is a lot different than it is now.
That's true. But to me, like my humble opinion on, my,
Here we
even
go.
though nobody asked,
Here we go.
is that the fillers and things that you do stick as your frame gets smaller. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
You're
Yeah.
filling a space, right?
Yeah.
With like a fluid or whatever. And then when that fluid drains, then there's a sack that you
Right.
have to fill up again. It's like, what are we doing?
Right.
You literally are going to have to do it for the rest of your life.
there it is.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but no guy ever goes, oh man, if she just had lip fillers, she would be totally hot."
Absolutely correct.
Like no
Have you seen
guy
the
ever.
Aries Spears when he's talking about the eyelashes?
Yes.
He's
Yes.
like, what's up? No guy ever thought, you know, it looked great on you. Pterodactyl wings.
Yeah.
This shit looks ridiculous. No man has ever said, yo, you know what would make her look hotter? Pterodactyl wings on the face.
Exactly
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
man, that
no
was so
guy
funny.
is like, oh, you know what you should do to
Yeah.
make. Yeah. It's like, come on, get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say,
Pterodactyl wings.
there are guys that go through plastic surgery too. I mean, think about
You.
no, not yet. I don't have that kind of budget.
Yeah.
What are the it's not Ringling Brothers, is it? The guys that, you know,
The circus.
Let him go. Let
the
him
circus guys that worked with the Tigers?
Oh, that's,
no,
Sig-
let him go.
No, I don't know who they are. I can't remember their names.
Okay, go
That's
ahead.
Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and Roy. Yeah. I mean, they went.
I wanted him to guess names.
There was
like,
no chance I was going to get it.
yeah,
Slippies.
Swami.
It was right here the whole time. Yeah. Anyway. I don't think it matters. I think it's just a thing. Like you just become vain suddenly.
Yeah.
It's like
You think
I
the song's about you?
I think there are some actors, some people in the limelight that don't like watching their own stuff,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I think those are the types. That's the type of personality that doesn't care. I don't care what I look like. It's a job. You know, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. And there are people that are like watching their stuff, and they're like, God, is that really what I look like? I should fix that.
Yeah.
You know? Ugh.
If you were an actor, would you watch yourself?
What am I acting in?
In like a movie or like in a television
Can I
sitcom
just
serial
do this?
episode. I mean, probably you could probably put your thumb just out just right. You know, it's like
We got way off track. We're talking about Sharon when originally it was about
Originally was Jamie finally writing
Right.
back to
I
us.
know.
See, she provides good
I
content.
tell you.
Look,
But Marcus hates it
It's a whole
because we
segment on
totally
its own.
gone.
I know. It's okay. Did Marcus write?
No.
No, so he doesn't
He got
care.
tired of the band.
He's out. Yeah.
Jeez.
Jamie's back, y'all.
I would demand an answer. If you were an actor, would you watch yourself?
I don't know. As a singer, I listen to myself like when I'm trying to kind of perfect what it is that I'm going to be happy with putting out into the world.
Mhm.
But as an actor, I don't think it's up to them. So
I
in that
would
sense,
just
I don't think I would.
I would just to see what the finished product looked like.
Right.
Just to be like, maybe relive some of it, but also
Probably,
be like,
yeah.
oh,
But you're going to have a different perspective on what ends up on the silver screen.
probably.
You're going to see the finished product in that, but everything that you're going to remember is behind the scenes.
Right. But isn't music the same way?
No.
Ooh.
I mean, it
Like
is
in the
and it isn't.
studio?
I think
yeah,
it's
but the
both.
finished product of a song, don't you think about the different pieces of the studio that made up that song?
Of course, I'll remember that. But if I'm the one signing off on the final version of the song that gets released,
Right.
I'm going to listen to it 1,000 times, and it's going to go through 10 or 12 revisions before we get to where I'm happy with it.
Yeah,
Because
but,
I'm the one writing the check. Right?
but if you're signed to a record label, you're not doing the final sign off.
I guess
so would
hopefully
you?
I have a coach in there that makes me sound good. They're like, do it a little bit better.
I mean, I think I mean not necessarily to compare music and movies, but I'm talking about like post process. Would you listen to yourself or would you watch yourself? Like you see the dailies when you're on TV or in the movies, or if you're in the TV show especially, like Lisa Kudrow from Friends didn't watch Friends until till David Schwimmer. No,
Chenandler Bong,
the fuck is his name?
Matthew Perry.
Until Matthew Perry died. So
You
like,
didn't say anything to me. Don't,
I can't believe I forgot his name.
Don't do it.
Yeah, she didn't watch it until Matthew Perry died, and like went through and watched the episodes, and she like has a completely different. She was like, "Oh, I didn't realize the episodes ended up that way." So anyway,
Right.
after all the process, would you still watch yourself? I'll tell you right now, I would. I'd watch my movie.
If you're a hot dog,
I was just gonna say that.
I know I could feel it.
Yes. I know I would.
Especially if I had a funny line or I had like something that I thought was funny or did really well, I'd watch it just be like, yeah, I did that shit. Yep.
Would you be disappointed
me.
if that got cut?
Yes.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
would call my agent, be like,
How
how long
you
you
been
been
with
with her?
Dude, I could not believe that part got cut. I'd be so pissed.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is that's the
Yeah.
stuff you're really going to remember as an actor,
that's true.
laughing so hard because you couldn't get through the scene. And then they totally cut the whole freaking line.
Yeah. That's how
It's
I feel
like,
about
well-
this podcast sometimes, Like we have a really good thing going and they're baking cuts in.
We sit here, we
Yeah.
record for like 4 hours straight.
I know.
And then what do we get? 45 minutes? Maybe?
An hour and a half.
Oh man.
You
That
guys
was
have
fun.
never once complained.
No.
You can't believe you didn't play that bit. Oh man,
Jamie, save us. We're actually trapped in this room. He doesn't let us leave.
All right, this is a third feedback. Dear Podcast Envy, Tim and Bacon's takedown of Taylor Swift's new album was great. I completely agree that her album kind of sucks. It's great to hear musicians who may possibly have to cover some of these songs that come out give their honest take about this kind of thing.
Can you hit breaking news before we say anything else?
Yeah,
Whenever you're ready.
yeah. Breaking news.
Breaking news, everybody. Tim and Bacon think that Taylor Swift sucks.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know. He hit the button.
That means it's
pretty
automatically
official.
true. That's how it works here.
Yeah. That's showbiz, baby.
Thanks for the feedback, Bill. We appreciate your
Jabil.
feedback.
Yeah.
Jabil.
Yeah.
Chaboy.
Yeah, I think I said all I have to say about Taylor Swift's album.
Mm-hmm. I did get feedback from somebody who asked a question that is for you, Bacon.
Oh,
Yes.
Tell him to email next time.
yeah, for real. We have a fucking email address that I have to pay for a reason.
They want to know how long it takes to edit a podcast.
Oh, man.
Or if I carry the two, about 40, 48 minutes, give or take.
It probably takes about 8 hours altogether.
Okay.
And by the time I've finished,
Now, are
I've
you
probably listened
sleeping
to the podcast
during
three or
a
four
portion of
times.
this?
No. Oh yeah. I don't like stay up and do it all in one try. Like I do a couple hours here, a couple hours there.
So it's like 24 hours.
No, because like I'll sit through like part of it and be like, I cannot listen to us anymore. And I'll walk away for a little while and I'll come back and then I'll listen to some more. And then, yeah.
So what takes longer, the audio or the video?
The video, because I have to do light matching and color matching for every single camera and then match every single camera's audio to the podcast audio and then arrange the camera feeds on the video to see what they're going to look like. That's the hardest part. Like,
Do you have presets on the colorization?
yeah, I have presets, and I've actually kind of come down with a workflow that I kind of documented for myself and I reference it every once in a while. So I'm like, okay, how far have I gotten? I need to do X, Y, Z before I can even start editing. And then once I've, start the editing, then that's when the real fun starts. And I get to listen to us drone on for hours at a time.
So as far as colorization, what I heard you say was copy, paste, bill the client for 8 hours.
Oh no, it's not for colorization. That's the stuff I have to really work hard on.
I know.
The presets are for like the podcast envy bar at the bottom or the
It's all
background
the
or whatever.
clips and the scene change and
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's a heck of. I mean, lately I've started adding. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Not to go on a tangent here, but lately I've started adding different perspectives, zoom perspectives,
Visually, yeah.
on people's faces. Like there's one that
Are you
other
doing
day.
the LJR twist on us?
No.
That'd be awesome.
I'm talking about
Leading
like,
up to like what is it, Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Season 5. Like,
Yeah.
oh. Anyway.
What? So like the other day, Tim did an impression of you for not having TikTok. And he kind of said it in like, I don't have TikTok. So I like expanded his face across the, so I like kind of have like pop out moments like that.
Oh, look, a
I've started doing.
dandelion.
So like sometimes when somebody like says something especially perfunctory or loud or, I like zoom in on them real quick, I've started doing that. But
Yeah, if you
takes
guys
a long
only listen to us, take a second to look us up on YouTube. It's
Absolutely.
Podcast Envy.
Yep.
On YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah. Not RNV. Podcast Envy.
Yeah, podcast envy.
And all the video editing, you can get a sense of what Bacon does. It's extremely impressive. Someone who also does videography and has done editing in the past. It's extremely impressive.
I just asked that you cut me slack for the earlier videos because we didn't have the lighting that we have now.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
It's
true.
an
Early days.
evolution. I mean,
Yeah.
what can you do?
Yeah.
This everything that you see on video and even audio or listen to in audio is funded by us. We have no sponsors.
Yep.
We have taken it upon ourselves
Well,
to invest in the equipment.
We do have one sponsor.
What?
It's funny that you
Is it
mentioned
Timmy's Timberines?
It's actually our sponsor is Old Glory.
Timmy hasn't paid us in a while.
Yeah, he has not.
Freaking
Not a lot of
Timmy.
timberines are getting sold
WTF.
anymore.
Yeah.
Uh,
Old
you-
Glory. Tell us about Old Glory.
Old Glory offers 300,000 items for music enthusiasts, sport enthusiasts, people that like entertainment, pop culture. You can get all kinds of gear and stickers at oldglory.com. And you know what? If you use your discount code PodcastEnvy, you can get 15% off your purchase.
That's a 1.5, folks.
That's a 1.5 percentage.
Hey, just in time for the holidays.
Exactly right.
Get your holiday shopping done at oldglory.com.
Do they have a theme song? Should
They
we
don't.
make one for
We
them?
should make one for them, yeah.
Totally.
Let's do it.
Right now?
Old Glory.
That's good. We'll keep it.
It's a start.
I'll just put a chorus on you and make it happen.
Just have AI do it.
Just step it up. Yeah, with the harmonies.
Oh, fucking AI.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, if this is one of our favorite segments of each podcast episode, so if you do have feedback for us, Bacon, tell them how to get it to us.
Feedback at podcastenvy.com.
Yeah, do it. Thank you,
Do
Jamie.
it.
Good to hear from you. And thank you, Bill, for listening.
Before we get too far into the podcast, there's just like a one-off thing I want to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys heard
About the bird?
that the bird is the word?
bird. The bird's a word. Bird. The
So there's this guy-
Bird. The bird's a word.
Whenever you're ready.
I was just waiting for him to like my father, slam his fist down on the desk.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah. We can wrap this up.
Have you heard of the guy named This Is Matt Taylor on Instagram? He looks
Nope.
and sounds exactly like Kevin James.
Really?
To the point where
Oh, yeah.
to the point where
It looks like AI.
hard to believe that it's not actually Kevin James.
Sure. Yeah. That too. Yeah, no, that's right. I have seen that. And I was like, is he pretending to be somebody? I mean, not that I've watched it, but I kept not understanding why he was like, Mr. Taylor here. And I'm like,
So
what?
Mr. Taylor, if he is in fact real, is a art teacher at some high school.
It's got to be a ruse.
Somewhere.
Come on.
Okay.
It's like I can't, like that's where I'm at on it. Like this can't be real. This has to be like some kind of
It
a
looks
bit,
exactly like him. And not just him in general, like modern him.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, with the gray in his beard and everything. Like listen to him. I have the video here too, but you can listen to him.
Mr. Taylor here. Today I'm going to be answering some questions, but my students say I talk too slow for social media, so I'm going to kind of do it quickly. Here we go. First question is, how long have you been teaching art? And that's about a total of 14 years. For the fourth grade,
It's
I did a
gotta
year
be
and a
him.
half with seventh
Yeah,
grade.
I think
and
that's
fourth
him.
graders.
It sounds
he
just
looks
like
like
He
him.
recently just did a video online of him and another actor that I haven't seen in anything in years, but he was in Waterworld, and I remember him from that.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin Costner.
Not him, but Kevin Costner is from Waterworld. Good
Thank you.
job.
Yeah.
He's like, I too know actors' names. But they did some like silly, video effects, whatever video. And he looks exactly like the guy that you're describing the thing. It's got to be a ruse. It's got to be a character he's just developing or doing something to have fun just so that we'll have this conversation and people will look him up. Just,
There you
you
go.
know what I mean?
I mean, needless to say, the person who is Matt Taylor says he is a real person. But I mean, he's got a whole Instagram feed full of videos that have been
Sure.
collecting for the last.
How far back?
I have not checked actually. That's a good question.
That is the thing.
Let's do it live.
Jot that down.
Acting.
We'll do it live.
Do it. While you're looking that up,
There we go.
a cool thing being with Tunnel's End, they had a recommendation. A bunch of them use this brand of in-ear monitors. And so they recommended to me this company, and you have, maybe 8 or 10 different options to choose from. And then from there, you place the order with them, but that's just for the equipment. They then ask you to go to like a hearing or audiologist somewhere, a hearing doctor or whatever, and they'll do impressions of your ears, and they, fill your ear with the silicone and they pull it out. You mail those in. So I just did that.
Really?
So I mailed in. I have a picture of it here.
All the
I'll see if I
hair
can
and
pull it on the
stuff.
phone.
Ugh.
Gross.
Well, I tried to clean my ears as best I could before they did the impressions. There's no hair, but
Right.
You
Yeah.
pull it out as like a 3-inch long wax that's stuck to it.
light it on fire.
It's like those commercials, like don't use Q-tips,
Right?
use this.
Use
And
my
Brian's
inner
like,
feeler.
Gross.
The doctor takes a sponge and stuffs it into your ear, and then they inject the silicone so they can pull it out, and that obviously it doesn't go past the sponge. So this is what my ears look like, and the
That
pink
looks
is
familiar.
pink is the silicone. Sit on it. But yeah, there's a little gunky on it. I did the best I could. I
Hey,
mean,
man.
At least they didn't pull it out. And they were like, "Dear God, smells like Bigfoot's dick." It wasn't that bad. Anyway, so they're gonna put the two components together and then they mail it back.
Nice.
It takes like 2 to 3 weeks, but should come just in time for
Very
our first
good.
gig.
That'd be cool.
Good.
So anyway, what'd you find, James or Matt Taylor?
He started posting October 15th of this year.
Okay. Yeah.
So that I was a little
Checks out.
disappointed to find that out. I was like, man, I
It's
thought this
a
guy went back
ruse.
further.
Yeah.
Debunked.
I'm gonna have to delete this whole segment.
No, it's
No,
good.
keep it.
This is a
Why
learning
not?
lesson. Don't look up Matt Taylor. Is his name Taylor? or
You
Tyler?
could look
This is
it
Matt
up.
Taylor, yeah.
Just
Don't
know,
look it up.
No, you could look it
He's
up.
naked.
Okay.
Avoid this website
You know,
at
if
all
we
costs.
do cut it, Bacon, at least we don't have to hear about earwax over here. So,
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, just cut the whole thing.
And this has been not exciting, but true. We got music news?
Yeah, let's talk about the latest.
Do it.
What's up?
Breaking news.
Can I say that you, for whatever strange reason, in that recording actually sound a little bit younger?
Yeah.
Like more than a year. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. I haven't told you guys about this because it's not really that important, but like I went back and remastered some of our earlier podcasts so they sound better. because I learned my formula after a few weeks or a few months rather. I do sound a lot younger in our first podcast. I do.
Maybe it's just, is it the excitement, do you think?
I don't know, man, but it is definitely true. I'm, hey guys, get it. You know, it's like, oh man, now I'm like,
All right, guys. Here's another episode.
I'm winded already.
What about us? Do we sound younger?
Yeah.
Bacon?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
See?
All right.
See? He's like, I don't even know that you guys are here. I only listen to myself.
Do I have co-hosts in this podcast? What? There have been times.
Podcast Envy logo.
Bacon's like, they don't listen
he goes
anyway.
like this. He goes like this.
So music news.
Okay.
Hit it.
Country superstar Kenny Chesney is officially joining the legendary Country Music Hall of Fame
Nice.
as part of the 2025 class.
Nice.
Did you hear about this?
I've seen him in concert.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
When did you see him?
I think it was like
Where did
maybe
you
like
see him?
15 years ago. It was over at Jiffy Lube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Closest to home,
Yeah.
easy access.
It was good.
Were you on the lawn or in the pavilion?
I believe lawn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were out there just chugging beers,
Yeah. Well, yeah, probably.
dipping in the cooler.
Yeah.
You know what I remember most about Kenny Chesney
What about
is his marriage to Renee Zellweger,
Zellweger? Yes.
back in 2005, because
I
there
don't
was
think I
like
knew
a
that.
whole conspiracy around what was going on with her divorce, because they got married in 2005. They were married for 4 months. They separated, citing fraud as the reason for the annulment, and that became like the story: is Kenny Chesney gay? You know, that was the whole big.
It was like the
What?
cover up.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That was the whole thing back then.
Is that what the Bridget Jones Diary movies are all about?
No,
Oh,
but I don't know that for sure. I'm guessing that Kenny Chesney is part of that. But
I have no idea. I'm just talking shit.
Wow.
well done.
Well, I didn't know about this whole thing. So
Who else is with
should
him?
we invite him? And why are you gay?
Yeah, we should be like, hey man, what's the
Who
deal
said
with
I
that
was gay?
marriage to Renee that
you
ended up
are
in
gay.
fraud? Yeah, you
Maybe
are
she's
gay.
gay.
Maybe she is gay.
Maybe she'd be stinking. Who knows? I don't know, bro.
Matter, does it?
Doesn't matter. We all love Kenny.
Sounds fraudulent.
And Renee has had plastic surgery. So
Who else is nominated or inducted?
That's the only person I know so far.
Oh, so they didn't. So like the article didn't list.
they
anybody
didn't
else?
open it. They were just like, all right, Kenny, you're allowed in.
I don't know. Let's see if the article from People has more people on it.
He has many number
The
one.
class includes June Carter Cash and
Okay.
Tony Brown.
Tony Brown.
Is Beyonce on the list?
I don't believe so.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
that she's
get
quite
there.
Hall of Fame worthy yet. She's
For
only put out
country.
one country album.
Yeah.
so.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It was pretty impactful.
Yeah.
Kenny Chesney has sold out stadiums and sold out his albums for decades
That's right.
or decades, if you don't pronounce decades right.
Depends on what region you're from.
Exactly.
It's the emphasis on the syllables.
It's only a decade if it's from that decade region of France.
Stay locked in. We'll be right back with more Podcast Envy.
All right. So Spotify has been having some problems lately.
Oh,
They've been having, this is part of the news. They've been struggling with AI artists, and they've been struggling with
How do we
artists-
make money off of computers?
yeah,
yeah.
artists leaving the platform for various reasons. I didn't know this until recently that Spotify wasn't actually initially proposed as a music platform. It was an ad platform.
Really?
Yeah. So they're like,
What were
what's
they
the best way?
advertising? Just anything?
Just like any people place your ads here.
Which didn't have anything to do with music.
Yeah, so they decided that they wanted to get rid of a lot of the AI music that was on there. They got rid of over 75 million AI, terrible, bad, spammy type music.
It's a platform where anybody can upload whatever they want
Yeah,
to.
So how did they figure out what was AI?
YouTube's doing that too, by the way.
they are. So I don't know how Spotify did it, but Deezer has a special AI
Deezer's good.
that actually determines if it's AI music or not. And it says that it receives 30,000 fully AI generated tracks on a daily basis, which is up
That they
from
that they filter through or that they allow.
that they filter through, that they cut, they get rid of. 30,000 a day, man.
And they still missed "Walk My Walk" by Breaking Rust.
How did they miss that?
Can you delve into that, Tim?
Yeah, Tim, what you got for that?
Other than the fact that it is currently, well, I think it's still currently the number one country pop song, and it's completely AI.
So it's
And if you look up-
sung by a person that
Doesn't exist.
doesn't exist.
It's just a guy in a cowboy hat.
Ooh. It's just a guy in a cowboy hat.
So they put out an Instagram page back in October, about the same time Kevin James did.
Interesting.
And
It's conspiracy.
it's just a guy in a cowboy hat, and you can't make out what he looks like.
Is he in like shadows or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, he's in the shadow and there's like a rusty moon behind him.
Right. It says a country hit made by artificial intelligence has climbed to the top of the Billboard chart, a first for the genre. The song Walk My Walk by an artist known as Breaking Rust is now #1 on Billboard's country digital song sales chart. But the brooding, gravel-voiced cowboy behind the hit doesn't exist.
This is like ABBA going on tour with just like holograms.
Holograms, right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's an AI creation with millions of streams, tens of thousands of followers, and no verifiable human footprint.
And who owns this character, this image, likeness, whatever?
On Spotify, the artist has more than 2 million monthly listeners,
God.
with multiple songs surpassing 1 million streams.
What's his name? I'm gonna look it up.
Breaking Rust. Living on Borrowed Time alone has been played more than 4 million times. So you tell me that Spotify is cracking down on AI, yet this is like AI laughing in its face.
Yeah.
So this is the AI. AI got us again.
I will think, I want to kind of make a
Sure.
clarification to that point, Tim, is that they are not getting rid of all the AI, just the spammy shit that
Sure.
doesn't
That's fine.
make sense.
Yeah, I'm being
Yeah,
kind
as
of
long as
facetious.
it's on the
But I just
Billboard
wanna make sure
charts,
I
we're
was
okay
clear.
with it. So
Def
you're telling me that
beats
AI is owning AI music?
Do we forget about Notes app girls all of a sudden?
Some observers even
No.
question whether
We have
Taylor
not.
himself is
2,
real.
1, 2, 3, 4, cocaine. 7, 8, 9.
yeah.
But do you remember
cocaine.
that the
Yeah.
website for them was for like the person behind it? The name was a ridiculous name.
Was
There's
it?
no way it was a real person.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. All right. Well, go back and listen to the episode.
Yeah. Yes, I remember. Anyway, but
To answer your question about the Timberland AI, Brian,
Yeah.
Tata was the
Yeah,
name?
yeah. Couldn't remember the name.
It was called Artificial Pop, A-Pop. Stage Zero was the AI entertainment company. And apparently the reception for Glitch and Pulse was most fans accused him of using existing beats without permission to train the AI. That's basically how
Is that
landed.
not his repertoire? Doesn't he take music, turn it into other music?
I think that's different. That's sampling. Hey man, if you talk to 20-year-old me, I would tell you sampling is bullshit, but like 45-year-old me is like, I kind of get it.
right. What else you got, Bacon?
You know, one other thing I have to say is like things are getting so expensive that AC/DC isn't even doing Dirty Deeds dirt cheap anymore.
Oh,
Hey.
boom. That was good. Why don't we talk about local music? What about local stuff, you little comedian, you?
Hey man, I'm just here for the laughs.
Attaboy.
What do you talk about local music about?
Can we talk about Shucktoberfest?
We can talk about Shocktoberfest.
Can we talk about how Copperwood Tavern and the Village at Shirlington hasn't ever done live music
Yeah.
for Shucktoberfest?
Yeah.
And I think it was the last few years they actually didn't do Shucktoberfest at all. And then they reopened the Shucktoberfest concept. And Copperwood was kind of the brains behind it, led by Jody and Mackenzie Ryan, who's an artist that we've had on here. And they had us perform for Shucktoberfest, shut down the streets. It was like a sip and shop. They had food. They had beers from, I think, like 15 or 16 different local breweries.
Yeah.
What was your take on it?
It was great, man. We had a lot of people that stopped and listened to us. And that was pretty cool.
It was good.
I mean, it was just like, and I say that to say, like, people could walk past us, but they didn't walk
Sure.
past us. They stayed and they
I mean, we
gathered
had-
around us and watched us play.
There were multiple moments where people did gather in like this half circle
Yeah.
around us. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, just with the audio, you know, you didn't have to be right in front of us to hear us. And multiple different groups of people came up. But we would go in and out of Copperwood to use the restroom or to do a shot or to, get something to eat. And people would stop and be like, "Hey, aren't you guys the band? You guys sound really good up there."
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
it was cool.
Were you guys the only music for the day, or
That was it.
Nice.
So I don't think they had not done music before.
Okay.
And I don't know if they really considered other options. I think they were just like, we, want to have you guys come out and play. So
Nice.
it was cool. We'll see what they do for the new year, or for next year. But I imagine they'll probably do something the same.
Yeah, a lot of good videos
Good turnout.
on the Instagram. We had a good response from folks on our posts from Instagram. It was good.
Nice.
I got to start getting somebody out to actually do video for us instead of just relying on my wife or her
wife.
Yeah. Or just, random people, because nobody's focus is necessarily us, right?
Yeah.
Or the best angle of us or the right moments of the song that we're playing.
Yeah.
It's just like, capture something and it'll be like, Courtney's mom's face close up because she had to zoom in, right? And just panned over and it's like, I can't. It's great for home movies, but I can't use that for a reel.
Yeah, it was a good time. And the food at Copperwood was great. Brian and I ate at Copperwood afterwards. And
What'd you have?
Delicious. We had French onion
French
soup.
onion soup, yeah.
We had the
I think
same thing.
Yeah, we had burgers and fries.
We fed each other.
Oh, that's so
It was
cute.
wonderful.
kind of interlac-
Did you hold
interlaced
hands?
our-
We did.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
We had a glass of Chardonnay along with it. It was
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, we took our shoes off and like interlocked our toes too.
it was
Okay,
underneath the
that's
table.
worst experience of my life.
weird.
No, but it was a lot of fun. We had a
He
really
got
good
over
time.
it, obviously.
Yeah,
Nice.
I've since moved on.
Apparently.
I do have some bad news though.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know who Sam Rivers is. He's the bassist from Limp Bizkit.
Mm-hmm.
He recently passed away at the age of 48.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Yeah.
No official cause has been revealed, although they say he had struggled with liver disease in recent years.
Yeah. Do you guys know the only number one hit from Limp Bizkit?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Nookie?
Mm-mm. It's this one.
Is it this one?
It's rearranged. Yeah. 98, I think.
They, if we're
98, really?
if we're pulling from the same source, it was that bass line and that him passing.
Yep.
Somebody else had kind of pulled that stat and was like, "Yep, you wouldn't think it, but it is.
Yeah.
They're number one."
Yeah. So that was sad because they just had started going back on tour again.
Yeah. And have you
Was
seen-
he a part of the tour?
Mm-hmm.
He was on it.
Yes,
Oh God,
yeah.
then that's like a double blow.
Yeah.
Right.
And apparently, I saw Fred Durst did an interview, and they knew he was sick. He just didn't want to sit around the house.
It's just one of
He
those.
wanted to
it's
just
one of
go out
those
and play.
days.
No,
you know,
but he wanted to get out of the house, and so his family knew,
Yeah.
and he knew.
I'd
He had
be the
liver
same way.
disease after
He said,
all.
he was apparently just was like, I don't want to sit around. If
I wouldn't either, man.
I'll go and play on tour.
you either drag it out for a year, or you have the best few months of your
And
life.
that's essentially what it
Yeah.
was.
I'm
So,
with him 100% of the way.
Absolutely agree. 100%. Another thing of bad news, Ace Frehley of the band Kiss died at 74
yeah.
after suffering injuries from a fall in his home. Let me tell you something. That is something
Good
that
God.
scares to death out of me for growing old, is not being stable on my feet anymore and falling over.
Mhm.
That's why people of a certain age buy and move into a house that's one level. What are you dealing with stairs for?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's up, bro?
Right.
Your fall should be. Oh,
I mean, the same reason that people still
Not-
drive.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, tell me that I don't, Michael, I don't think you should live in places that have stairs anymore. Fuck you. I can get up the stairs. Watch me.
Yeah.
Last
Gets
thing
in-
I ever did.
Gets in his chair, goes up the stairs.
Yeah. Bacon never did climb another set of stairs.
His hairs are just whooshing.
Famous last words.
Like the Jack Black movie where she's
Yeah.
Cloris
He's
Leachman,
like,
right?
"No,
And then-
come back.
Yes.
I love you. I'm sorry.
Can you tell me Kiss's number one hit?
I think I have an idea.
Oh, that's a good one.
That reached number 12.
Number 12? Okay.
What?
So then number 1 must be this one.
No.
Detroit Rock City.
No.
What?
Any more
No,
guesses?
no.
They never had a number 1 hit.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, it was a trick question.
What was their highest ranking? Is this Billboard? I would
Beth.
imagine.
Beth was their highest ranking in the U.S. charts.
This is Beth.
Are you sure this isn't Celine Dion?
Yes.
I'm going to skip ahead a bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just get to the part where he says Beth.
We like Beth. Put your tongue away.
Oh, this is terrible, whatever it is.
I know.
Good
1976.
God, is everybody high in 1970s?
They were, yeah.
Can we segue? Can I take this as an opportunity to get off of that song?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, whatever you want.
So
Anything.
can we do another ranking, a separate ranking?
Sure.
So
Let's
one
do it.
of the things I prepped for us today was actually Disney songs.
Okay.
So it's not really a game so much as kind of like what
What
we
I
were just
just-
doing.
yeah.
Yeah, to go through, popular Disney songs and see where they rank on the Billboard list.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I didn't do all 100, but I
All right.
did mark probably like 25 or so.
Okay.
And I've got the top 10.
Okay.
Do you guys want to just take a couple random guesses
Sure.
at what you might think would
Yeah.
be in
Sure.
the top 10 for Disney songs?
Yep.
All right, go ahead. Just throw out whatever. I'll tell
Color
you.
of the Wind.
No,
Mm.
not in the top 10. I don't have that one down, but I almost wrote that one
Damn.
from Pocahontas.
You would think.
Yeah, it's in there.
What about
That was a-
Frozen? Let It Go.
Let It Go was actually number 2.
Okay.
Which is crazy to think if we were to rank just 100 Disney songs that was number 2. But it makes sense.
Yeah.
But what's crazier are some of the other ones.
Really?
Never Had a Friend Like Me from Aladdin.
That one
I was
is
thinking
close.
another one. I was thinking A Whole New World by Aladdin.
That's
Yep,
another-
Whole New World is in the top 10.
Okay.
Had a friend or never had a friend.
You ain't never had a friend like me.
Hold on, that one is.
Alibaba had them 40
It's on the
thieves.
list. Hold on. 35.
35.
Mhm.
Wow.
Do you want me to go through the top
What
10?
about The Lion King?
Lion King is in the top 10.
That is what's the song?
Actually, no, it's not. Hold
You'll
on.
Be in
I'm
My
sorry.
Heart
In the
That-
Jungle,
from Tarzan.
or not in the?
Lion King does have a song. It's not in the top 10. It's number 11.
You'll Be in My Heart from
Tarzan.
Tarzan.
No.
Phil Collins.
anything from that
It's-
soundtrack?
It's on the list, but You'll Be in My Heart is 34.
Okay, so what else?
Circle of Life from Lion King is number 11.
That's what I was thinking. Thank
Had to
you.
have been because,
Little
Elton John.
Mermaid. The
poor unfortunate soul.
That's a good one, man. That's a great song. But I'm thinking of
Oh, look at this stuff. Isn't
Isn't
it
it
neat?
neat?
yeah,
Wouldn't you think
think-
my collection's complete?
exactly.
Yes.
Wouldn't you think
A
I'm
whole
the
new-
girl, the
yeah, yeah.
girl who has
So,
everything?
Under the Sea is number 26.
Man, I should have ranked higher.
Part of Your World
Yeah,
is
that's
number
what
1.
There it is. All right.
There you go, Bacon.
Yep. Nailed
There
it.
you go.
So Part of Your World is number 1. Let It Go is number 2. It's A Small World After All is number 3.
That's only
Yeah.
because it's on the Disney ride.
Oh,
Doesn't it
God.
just make you think of
It
like
just
sweatshops?
Yeah,
plays
right?
it over
Right.
and over and over again.
Be Our Guest is number
Be
4. Be Our
Our guest.
Guest. Be Our Guest. Put our service to the test.
Tie your napkin round your neck, sirree, and we'll provide the rest.
When You Wish Upon a Star.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
When
Jiminy
you
Cricket.
Wish Upon a Star. Number 5. A Whole New World, number 6. The Mickey Mouse March is number 7.
Oh, boy.
I don't think I even know what that is. You're going to have to look that up. But that song came out in 1955, and that's freaking number 7 on the top 10 Billboard. Are you kidding me?
Make Walt Disney shiver.
Are you sure it wasn't this song?
That's what I thought too. And I'm like, I can see why this, because I know this one.
I do not miss that song.
I
from,
know
like,
that one. I don't either,
know.
but it is what it is.
childhood.
Yeah.
Goodness.
But yeah, the Mickey Mouse
Mystery
March
Mousetool.
from the Mickey Mouse Club, which, by the way, I recently saw a reel of just an old clip of Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears in the Mickey Mouse Club. It just goes to show you like how far back all this freaking thing goes. They're like 8 years old on stage, like killing it. And I don't think autotune existed back then. So they were on pitch.
Yeah.
Really, it all puts things into perspective. All right. That was number 7. Number 8 is The Climb from the Hannah Montana movie. It's The Climb.
I don't relate that to Disney though.
Right. Well, Disney.
No, I get it.
I also
the Disney Channel.
As I was going through the list, I was like, okay, so you then have to think not just Disney movies or Disney shows, but like everything that is Disney, right? That's Miley Cyrus. So that's number 8. Number 9. Oh, sorry.
She still sounds the
Bacon's
same.
having a moment.
I was just seeing if she still sounded the same as she did back then.
She does.
You were talking about how I sound much older now.
Smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, but she's like 12.
Yeah. She's a little more raspy now than she was back then.
She's great.
You ever seen the video of, when she does that? Like,
Oh, yeah.
that,
It's about the journey.
yeah.
Homo's where you make it. You like to see homos naked. What?
All right, what's number 9?
Number 9 is A Spoonful of Sugar.
Makes the medicine go down.
Yeah, Mary
Mary
Poppins.
Poppins. That's one of my favorites.
Number 10 is Breaking Free from High School Musical. Is this before they beat Air Bud?
This is terrible.
They're like,
This
we
is
can do
number-
it. We
it's
can
number
beat the
10.
dog. They're
Yeah,
like,
right.
Air Bud 6.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he's so good, though.
Why couldn't we get Old Yeller?
Old Yeller's dead. Do you guys want to hear some of the other ones?
Yeah.
Just for
Yeah, for giggles.
S and G's. Circle of Life was 11. The Bare Necessities was number 4.
Simple
Or
bare
14, sorry.
necessities, the
14.
simple bare necessities of life.
Number 15 was Remember Me from Coco, which I thought was kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 to 1, a Goofy movie, was number 20.
Oh, man.
I know, you do it again. You did it last time. Do it again. Do it again.
What's it called? 1 to 1?
Or Eye to Eye. Oh my
okay.
God.
I was going to say.
Why did I say
right.
1 to 1? Eye to Eye. I wrote it down wrong.
It's all right.
I knew what it was, but I did it wrong anyway.
Sometimes you got to start back at 1.
Sorry, Dad. 1 to 1. Blow my brains out. Yeah.
That's my favorite part when he goes that yeah part. Here it comes.
Sorry to ruin it for you.
Oh, I hope you get that on video. It's so perfect.
Lip sync champion.
Oh,
So, all right. So, 21 was You're Welcome, Moana. 25, Whistle While You Work,
Ooh.
Snow White. 26 was Under the Sea. 29 was You've Got a Friend in Me
okay.
from Toy Story.
Got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
When your trouble seems so far ahead,
That's my Randy Newman, I gotta tell you.
miles and miles from your next one bit.
That's right.
You just remember what Big Kid said, yeah.
You got a friend in me.
This is Podcast Envy.
One of the people that we interviewed recently, and within the last couple of years, Tessa Elena.
Well, we only have 2.
2 years. Right.
Tessa Elena has
Yeah.
a new single out on Spotify.
Yeah. So
Yes.
we interviewed her.
She was awesome.
She moved to Michigan,
Yeah.
and she hasn't stopped recording or performing, but she's had to kind of navigate her way through a different music scene than Northern Virginia, DC area. But yeah, no, she recorded a song. So she reached out to you.
Yeah, she reached out. She said, "Hey, I've got this thing. I just wanted to let you know." And I reached back and I replied. I was like,
boy.
I'd be happy to talk about this on the podcast. And if you want me to do that, she was like, "Yeah, please."
It's
go
good.
ahead. And yeah, it's Loverboy is the name of the single.
It's a great track.
It's great. It sounds
It's cool.
so good.
It's so wild. Her voice, and it's probably, it's obviously intentional, right? The way it's produced and the way that she presents herself. But it's so calming. It's so like zen. And, for her talking about listening to oneself or watching oneself, whatever, observing your own artwork.
Yeah.
I would imagine she probably kind of listen, even if she takes the vocals off, she's got to listen to the track, right?
Yeah.
And just be like,
Right. Yeah. And, when she text messaged me, it kind of brought back some of the thoughts about her when we interviewed her and like my impressions of her and kind of like a mind body balance was very much kind of the person she is. And this song kind of goes along with that same theme. Definitely just like a great track and a great artist. And I'm happy that she thought of me to think of us to say, hey, so I'll put the link in our YouTube video. I'll put the link in our show notes so you can get to it.
Yeah.
Do you think she'd be interested in calling into our next episode?
We could do that. We could Zoom her in if you wanted to.
What if we did that?
Those big fat paychecks from those TikTok views.
Let's put them
No,
to
I
good
think that'd be
use.
cool. I mean, I think that's another way for, us to kind of, again, bring in more artists or bring in repeats and, kind of continue to build those relationships with these folks.
Mm-hmm.
I will
that'd be
reach out to her and say, hey, you want to pop in for like a quick 45 minutes?
Or less. Yeah, it doesn't have to be long.
Yeah.
It could just be like, hey, tell us more about this song.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, check out Loverboy. It's got very much like a kind of like a Taylor Swift vocal sound. A good version.
There we go.
Sorry.
There we go.
I know. God, you guys are like
Hey, I was just checking with him. I heard you say it and I had to check
just
with
that
him.
she's got Tessa's got
Everything
that,
okay?
She's got that kind of like commanding, breathy sound that really it stands out. It's unlike any other artist that you hear. And I honestly could see Loverboy being in like a TV show or a movie. Like definitely, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's like super basic's not the right word, but it's very
Like stripped down.
core.
Oh, okay, core.
It's
yeah.
cool. It's like, yeah, it is stripped down. But like this could be,
I could hear it in like Mayor of Kingstown.
yeah. Sure.
That-
This could
like
be an
that
intro. This could be,
I could hear that.
Agreed.
like a very intense scene that they're trying, the dichotomy of something that's happening on film, but then you play a song like this in the background,
Yeah.
I dig it. Production value is cool.
It is great.
Yeah.
Really. Whoever she recorded this with did a great job too.
Do you see how every note that she holds out, everything is extremely intentional?
Yeah. And I get the Taylor Swift reference.
Oh yeah.
Like
you know what?
If you ramped up the BPM on this, if you doubled it, it would be like a Taylor Swift pop song.
Yeah.
I like it. It's like you just filming somebody in a car driving.
Sure.
Like through the hills or something like that.
It's when we're coming to the podcast. and
It's cool.
Bacon's the lover boy.
He is.
We're coming. Slowly but surely.
You really have to appreciate the effects around her saying lover boy too.
Well, if you actually pay attention to every single component, if you just close your eyes and listen to everything, it builds. And it sneaks up on you. That's the beauty of the production, that exists.
I would love
These
to talk
kinds
to her
of
about
songs.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
See if we can book her.
Yeah,
That'd
I'll
be
see what
cool.
I can do about setting up something with her.
Yeah. that'd be
Abrupt
awesome.
end of the song.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, but absolutely check out Tessa Elena's new album, single. Sorry,
New
not
single.
album. New single. Available on Spotify, YouTube, Tidal, wherever you stream your music.
Yeah.
Well, after she sees this episode, we'll all band together and just pull all our shit off Spotify.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll talk to. So that's the funny thing is when you finish recording and you think about where you're going to put it, I guess they're distributors. I don't know, whatever they're called, like DistroKid or CD Baby, or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You put it on there and you can select where you distribute your music. You can uncheck that box for Spotify.
Yeah.
You don't have to put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
I've been actually thinking about taking us off of Spotify. The only reason I haven't taken us off of Spotify is I think that's where my sister listens to this podcast. So I don't want to be like, I'm taking off.
But you can listen to us on any podcast.
iHeartRadio, podcast, Apple
Even-
Podcasts.
Yeah,
YouTube.
even just the podcast.
And
app.
it's free.
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts, all the others, they're all free.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Or YouTube, and you get to see us.
Yeah. You get to see Tim making faces in the camera every
I
15
know.
seconds.
It's great.
you know what's fantastic about
Tell me.
podcasting
Oh,
is the
I thought you were
frequency
talking
in
about me.
which they update. Sorry,
You're
Tim.
fantastic.
You're a great guy.
You're fantastic.
Shut it,
Oh, there you go.
Somewhere in there. I'll work on it.
brother.
Like Apple just recently released an update to their podcasting situation where they're like, hey, so now we're going to add chapters. You can add them manually, or we can just add them for you.
When you're
like,
uploading?
when you're uploading.
Okay.
It's like, oh, now I have to do chapters because before I didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Now
Is
I
that
do.
to break for ads?
It's to break the podcast up into sections so people can listen to what they want to listen to, I guess. I don't
So
really
you then
understand the
have
point
to
of it.
map out the episode into segments.
Yeah.
Mm,
That's brutal.
that's tough for us.
Now, is it
gonna
required?
because we're all over the place.
Yeah,
If-
we are.
If I trust Apple to chapter our podcast appropriately, then I
It's
don't
not
have to
gonna
do
work.
anything, but I don't trust
No.
Apple to do that.
Why would we do that?
So now I have to do it.
Every time I look at Tim when he says something, he's looking in the camera.
He's hamming it up, man.
God.
Don't hate.
Start calling you Ham.
Yeah. Not King Ham, Tim Ham.
That's right. Tam.
Sure. He's even coming up with his own nickname.
That's right.
That's pretty impressive.
Don't hate. Don't hate. Speaking of which, is it time for 3 Ps
It
might
could be.
on the pod?
If you're ready, I'm ready.
Three P's on the pod. Hey,
Oh,
Brian,
that's
it's 3
good.
P's on the pod.
Hey,
what
all
3 P's
right.
do you have for us?
Welcome, everybody, to
I was trying to sound younger. Did that work?
It sounded great.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Apparently, we sound old.
Welcome to 3 P's on the pod.
Sponsored by Virginia Slims.
Don't forget your paperwork. All right, so 3 P's.
3 Ps.
I don't think we did it last time. Did we?
We did it with Maddie King.
We did it with Matt.
Yep.
So 3 P's. There's 3 of us traditionally.
Yeah.
Right.
3 answers.
That's right.
Per topic. So
So, Brian, start us off with foods that you didn't like as a kid.
you want me to kick it off?
I
do.
want you to kick it off.
Wow.
So, foods that you didn't like as a kid,
okay.
but you like now.
Can we also make it fun and guess?
No.
No,
Oh,
that would take too long.
I was to say,
We don't have time. We
All
need to
right.
wrap. Hey, Brian, we need to wrap it up.
I gotta piss like a racehorse.
God damn it.
This can't wait.
Bacon, you just got to roll with
Foods,
it.
foods you like now that you didn't like as a kid.
Yeah.
Cottage cheese.
Really?
Really?
Hated cottage cheese as a kid.
But you have to take a pill in order to have it, right?
You know, oddly enough, that's one of the things that doesn't affect me as much
Really?
at all. Really.
Is it the curds?
Brother.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
So that was an
Nice.
evolution.
All right.
Okay.
Squash,
Okay.
yellow and zucchini.
That's fair.
Butternut.
Yellow squash. Yeah. Well, no, I think I was okay with those because that's like a mashed potato kind
It
of.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it was like a texture thing, but also I think it comes down to your parents are the
Oh, yeah.
kings and queens of the household,
Mm-hmm.
and so whatever they cook, you're going to eat, or you're going to go to bed hungry.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I had the way it was prepared for me. I was like, hell no. So I hated squash forever, and then
Yeah.
you start grocery shopping for yourself, and I'm like, all right, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, it's on sale.
Yes.
Let's get it.
Spaghetti squash I was always cool with.
Yep.
Butternut, but it was just like, the zucchini and then the yellow squash that looks like
Oh,
zucchini.
yeah, yeah. Yep.
Couldn't do it. The way it was prepared, couldn't do it.
Just grill it up.
Real cranberry sauce. So out of the can, it's very sweet, right? Because it's just kind of like a gelatin, whatever.
And the jelly.
And then you cut the jelly into
Yeah.
you know
The
where
lines.
the cans. Yeah, the cans
Very
slide.
important. Very in my family, especially very important. You cut on the lines.
Yeah.
Oof, nice and straight.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, if you have real cranberry juice or cranberry sauce, it's very bitter. It's got
It
like a
is.
very tart, not bitter, sorry. It's got a very tart flavor
Yeah.
to it. So whenever you get like the real shit as a kid, you're like, "Ugh, I don't like that."
But yeah, because you have like a glass of milk with it, and
Yeah.
it tastes terrible
Oh.
with milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so lima beans when I was a kid.
I love lima beans.
Love lima beans.
I've always
As
you
an
do?
adult?
Yeah.
Did we
As
just
an-
become best
We
friends?
did.
I've loved them since I was a kid.
They're
Me
so
too.
dry. You bite it, you eat it,
Yeah.
and it's just like
It's a bean.
Oh,
it's
it's
the
great.
Sahara- it's a
I put
legume
butter
actually,
and lemon pepper.
but it just
butter and lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper?
Yes.
Good
yeah,
to
but you
know.
got to have
So good.
something. When your parents, I didn't. I grew up in Northern Virginia. I
Right.
did not grow up rich. Okay.
Yeah, well,
Right.
join
You
the
did
club.
well.
We had steamed
peanut butter sandwiches.
microwave vegetables.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was always the medley. It was
Yeah.
the shitty cut carrots and
Yeah.
the whatever
peas. Yep.
and lima beans. And
Yeah.
the lima beans, you put
Oh.
them off to the side. They're like, you got to eat all your veggies. It's like, oh, come on. I don't
Yeah.
want to.
Oh, so
Not for
good.
me. Lima beans were
So
it.
good. Yeah.
So you bust into it. It's like,
No. If oh, dude, you got to have them right. Well, do you like them now though?
should
You like them now though?
we
That
could have
was
been
your
brother.
point.
No, they're terrible.
Oh,
Really?
they're still terrible. Okay. Fair enough.
That was the segue.
I just thought I haven't had lima beans in a decade. I need to go to the store and get lima beans.
Yes. That's because we're grocery shopping for ourselves, guys.
I forget some of the stuff you have until somebody brings it up. You're like, oh shit, that was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Takes you back.
Yeah.
What's yours,
Hell yeah,
Timbo?
dude.
I have the first one is seafood
Seafood in general?
in general. I hated
That's
all
fair.
seafood
Yeah, me
as a
too.
kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Salmon, done.
Nope.
Shrimp,
Yeah.
done.
Wouldn't eat it.
Wow.
Yeah. Now
Texture?
I love it. I think it was I don't know if it's so much the texture, just the taste. I
It was
just
so foreign.
I
and there's-
never liked it. Like
Yeah.
you know, like growing up Catholic and stuff, you have to have seafood on Fridays. You know,
Sure.
no meat, right?
Yep.
Well, I would just have a peanut butter sandwich. Like,
You're like,
You know, it's
I'll
like-
figure it out.
you know, my mom would make clam chowder and I would eat it, but I wouldn't like it.
It's Chowdell.
Chowder.
Yeah.
But now I love seafood. I could eat it all day, every day. Honey. I did not like
What?
honey as a kid.
How is that even a thing? Honey
do you
is delicious.
To not like honey,
as a
yeah.
kid, I didn't like it. I always related it to cough syrup. Like cough syrup, like ugh, like why would you eat it? Now, like I love it. Like I had I just finished coaching season for my Jameson's baseball, and one of the dads of one of the kids, he's a beekeeper. So he gave me a big
Oh,
jar of
bro.
honey. And I was like,
That is the way to
I
go.
said, this is awesome. Thank you so much. Like I was excited.
Can I slip you a 20 for
Yeah.
some honey?
Yeah.
Some honey love.
Yeah. A great song. Who's on that?
Us.
Some guy.
For one.
My third one is going to surprise a little bit. When I was a kid, I did not eat a lot of desserts. I didn't have a sweet tooth. And I wouldn't say I have like a huge sweet tooth, but I'm a big fan of pies and ice
Is
cream.
it specifically around the holidays or just generally?
Just generally. Like there's a local market that has like strawberry rhubarb.
Moms?
Or no,
Oh.
but Mom's does make a good one
Things that I like now,
that you didn't as a
that you
kid.
didn't like as a kid.
Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
But I've been told that one of the reasons for that is Brussels sprouts are less bitter now than they used to be.
Really? So they've changed.
They've engineered them to a way to make them.
That's poopy.
Yeah,
But if you put bacon and
What?
butter on them,
bacon and
I
butter.
know. What the hell? That's the best way to go. A little balsamic.
Hell yeah.
Forget about
oh,
it.
so good.
Another thing I didn't like when I was a kid: red meat.
You never
I-
had like sloppy joes or anything like that?
What about navy
So, like,
beans?
okay.
Navy beans.
Red meat except for hamburger meat.
Okay. All right. So steaks.
Yeah, so like steaks and roasts
Okay.
and
Okay.
things like that. Chewy and just not great tasting. I learned when I was in high school it was just because my mom didn't know how to cook red meat.
Or maybe the cuts of meat could have been a little bit better.
Yeah, also true.
Who knows?
My stepdad taught my mom how to cook red meat, and in my adult years, it was good.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, where
Wow.
have you been?
Yeah, this is what I was missing this whole time.
Yeah.
My next thing, sushi specifically,
Yeah.
not seafood, because I
Okay.
still don't really like seafood, but sushi specifically.
Yeah. Sushi's interesting because it is a totally different concept of eating a raw,
Yeah.
seafood item, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like you don't even think about it though.
Sure.
Yep.
What you got, bro?
Oh, that's all I got.
That's it?
Hey.
Yeah.
Great.
Sam, you want to do it?
Great episode, boys.
Yeah.
Another fun one. Happy anniversary.
It's just fun.
Happy-
It's good to be back.
Yeah.
Again, thank you, Jamie, for coming back.
And
with
get
the,
ready because we've got
vibes.
a holiday episode coming up
We
where
do.
we
End
will
of
be
year.
wearing something festive, right?
That's right.
Brian normally just is in his birthday suit and a bow on his head
We
because
gotta-
he is our present.
Pixelate the rest of my appendages.
So
Sure.
what I think we're going to do for the end of the year is we're going to have another 3 of Us episode,
Yeah.
and then we're going to do a best of.
Love it.
And it's
Cool.
going to have clips from the first 2 seasons here and there.
Okay.
So I think it'll be great.
Can
I
we
dig it.
go back through our predictions for this year too?
Yeah.
I think we should be able to do that. I think we all did predictions
Yeah, we did.
for this year. It'd be fun to go back and take a look at that. So a lot of fun stuff coming up on the podcast.
Hell yeah.
Again, thank you for another great year of bringing this entertainment to you. If you need to get a hold of us, you want to reach out at
Feedback at podcastenvy.com.
get your early shopping done. Go to our website to
Get your
our
t-shirts, get
our
your
merch.
mugs.
That's right. And don't
Yep.
forget to go to oldglory.com and
That's
use
right.
the promo code
Podcast Envy.
for 15% off. That's right. Boys, it's been a blast.
It sure
Until
has.
next time, Brian, do us the honors.
Sing us ho!
Podcast Envy is a production of Bacon Wave Productions in cooperation with Revelry Media Productions. Follow us on Instagram at PodcastRNV. Follow us on TikTok at podcast.envy. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/podcastenvy. Follow, like, and subscribe to stay up to date on our latest episodes. Send us your feedback and more at podcastenvy.com. A Bacon Wave podcast production.